hello. Hopefully everything is working right. Welcome everyone. My name is Cindy. I'm at Simply Cindi. I have been doing these lives. I think it's been about 8 days. I thought it was like seven, but I've challenged myself to do 30 lives, not 30 consecutive days because I'm only doing Monday through Friday. But we're having fun. I'm enjoying. I'm doing astrology and tarot. We have this lunar eclipse coming up on the 25th, so I made up a spread to do tarot for each sign. We have the last three signs today. So we're going to go over a little bit of astrology today. Um, it probably won't be a long live. I have three um, signs to do yet. I have Leo, I have Pisces. Who's the other sign? Leo, Pisces, and Libra. Sorry, Leo, Pisces, and Libra. And this has to do with the lunar eclipse and how we're walking away from something, how it's going to be eclipsed, how we have old habits that we no longer need to have around, but they're behaviors that we're used to. They're situations that we're used to that used to make us comfortable, but now probably make us uncomfortable. But we're such habitual creatures that we will keep something even way past its due date. It's just kind of how we are. So, I think I said my name already. I am a medium. Um, I was trying to get through these tarot readings for the week. I really appreciate you guys liking and sharing and subscribing. There is a lot. I looked at my analytics. Yeah, a lot of y'all are sharing. I really appreciate that. A lot of you guys are commenting. It's nice to have everybody back. Not everybody's back, but it's nice to have, like, I can feel familiar energies. It's nice to have you guys back. So I'm glad that some of you guys are getting notifications. I've tweeted YouTube to see if they can help me with some stuff because yeah, my channel it had been inactive pretty much for the last since the pandemic, well, right after the pandemic. But anyway, I've come back full time to YouTube. And we'll see how that goes. We'll get my channel all straightened out. We'll get everybody together and hopefully we can live better, live longer. Does that make sense? So let's talk a little bit about today. And then, this sort of coming up weekend too. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Whatever I'm inspired. Okay. Today remember we had Aries. We had the sun go into Aries. It should have given you guys a lot of, not a lot, but some energy into doing what you have been wanting to do. I know that a lot of you with the sun being right next to Neptune have felt a little off, confused. Some of you may have been dreaming a lot, especially Aries. And if you have a lot of Piscean energy and Saturn energy and Venus energy, you probably were getting dreams over the last like week. Probably like really prominent dreams. I forgot to mention that in the other lives, but yeah, you probably are getting like messages or what some of y'all like to call downloads, right? So today I want to talk about, as you guys know, or for those of you that don't know, Pluto is heavy in my chart. Pluto is heavy in my chart. Uranus is heavy in my Uranus rules my chart. So anyway, Pluto's heavy in my chart, so I'm doing a Pluto series to go over how Pluto behaves generationally and personally in each house. And you'll have to look at your chart to see where the house is. I've done about 5 of the houses, and I've got 6 or 7 more to do, right? So, but then I started doing this live. So I'm working on them. We have a 20-year transit through Aquarius that Pluto is going to teach us. Aquarius is going to teach us. They're going to teach us how to have our anonymity and work in groups as well. It's going to teach us how to come together in a humanitarian way, and still keep our anonymity, still keep our identity, right? So keeping your identity and working with the group. So anyway, the reason I'm talking about Pluto is because, like I said, he's heavy in my chart, but today he is talking to Neptune. Okay, so, and because Neptune and the sun, Neptune is so close over here with Aries, right? And he's also with the sun too. So he's talking to Neptune and he's talking to the sun. And the sun being in Aries right now wants you to do you. All this whole thing about what I've been talking about for the last month and a half is about doing you. This is Aries. So I know that there have been times where I have said, and this is true for today too, there are things that you want to do, but you feel like you maybe not be able to do them. That's the Chiron wound going to your north node. It's like, I want to do this thing. I want to be this thing. I want to try this thing. But because of your responsibilities or because of the people around you or because of your career or because of whatever, you may feel like you can't. You're going to upset people or it's not going to go well or it's going to like destabilize things for you, right? That's the north node with this Chiron working in Aries. Aries is about me. Aries is about you. It's about, I want to do me. I need to do me. I need to do what I want, right? And with the sun being here, you have the energy where it's highlighting this, but you have this Chiron rune and this Pluto trauma. So Pluto has the trauma, Chiron has the wound. And I've made another video to explain the two, okay? But Pluto, remember, he was talking to the sun before. Remember when they both came in together? So there was something very important about the sun moving into Pluto. I mean, the sun moving with Pluto into Aquarius, right? And so I told you over this next year, 20 years really, but really we're just going to go we're going to go time by time by time. That's kind of how I'm introducing astrology to everybody. For those of you guys that are interested in astrology but don't really understand the wording, the language, what's going on. So this is my way of doing it. As things happen, and for me the planets are characters because I'm a medium, so they talk in that way. It's not the same language that we have, but it's like they're characters, they have personalities, and so that's the way I'm sort of bringing them to you guys, the way that they show up for me. So anyway, Pluto is talking to the sun, and he was already having the conversation with the sun when they both moved, which is something that hadn't happened in a very long time. This is all new energy. They both moved into Aquarius. And so throughout this whole 20 years, but for right now, he's going to continue to talk to each of the signs that he'd spoken to before as they passed him. They came by here and they had a conversation with Pluto, right? So now Pluto is again having a conversation with the sun. So he's highlighting there's some trauma there that you need to work through, and especially with this wound about you doing you. Let me just say this. If you haven't done you and you've only done what other people wanted you to do, you're going to be moving into a time where that stuff's going to be eclipsed and it's going to force you to do you. If you have been doing just you and honoring yourself, then you're going to be more clear about which way you want to go with this. Does this make sense? But if you have been like overly doing you and not considering other people, because it's in Aquarius, it's humanitarian. And so you're going to be eclipsed where you have to do you it with respect to others around you, right? But for right now, you may be feeling today like, I think I'm getting clearer about which way I want to go with situations, with relationships, with this things that we have been talking about over the month and a half, because it hits people in different areas of their life, right? But today you may feel like I kind of see it clearly. I don't know exactly how I want to do this, but I kind of see it better. But I'm feeling drawn to doing, to honoring me, to respecting me, right? And with Pluto there, he's saying, if you don't do it, I have to do it. Because that's Pluto. Pluto will bring up your fear, he'll bring up your trauma, he'll bring up your obsessions, he will transform you. Okay. So you may feel today like I kind of want to go in that direction, but I don't know that I can do it because I'm going to upset some people, right? This is all working on that. We're letting this part go. We're working, but today he's highlighting here where he's really showing you, do you need to do you, but there is a wound here. Remember, Mercury's here helping you process this. Does that make sense to you guys? So just pay attention. I'd said already to pay attention as Mercury is over here because he's in shadow, and then he's going to retrograde. He's going to come back over this energy, over these points. Because, so there is something that you need to like process. There is something that you need to communicate. And communication isn't just language. It's the things that you do. It's the way that you come out to the world, come talk to the world, talk to life, right? So there is something you have to pay attention right now, especially with Pluto's trying to tell you this is really important for your destiny, right? Because this is where we're all headed, to the destiny, to the North Node, on a societal level and on a societal level and on a global level and on a personal level. Okay, so remember, are you honoring yourself? Are you going to do what you came here to do, which is to honor yourself, which is to be the thing that you want to be, which is to do the things that you want to do, um, or to get you to that place. This is Pluto. Or to get you to that place, I'm going to have to take some things. I'm going to have to move some things for you. Remember, I said that yesterday. Pluto's looking and he's like, either you do it or I have to do it. Because we're moving, we have to eclipse. We're moving into this new timeline, this new dimension, this new energy. I'd said this before. Nobody on this earth, unless you are 600 years old, nobody has been in this energy, not in this lifetime. So unless you're that old, you haven't been in this energy. This is brand new energy. So in this lifetime, you've never been. This is all new energy. We're going into all new directions. That's why things feel so off. It doesn't feel like we're landing anywhere, like we're have solid foundations, because we are moving into a different. Some of you guys would call it timeline. Some of you guys would call it frequency. Some of you guys would call it dimension, portals, whatever. We're moving into that space. Okay, but there are some things that we have to let go of, and that's where the lunar eclipse is coming up on the 25th. And we'll be dealing with these because you're not going to let go of everything right away. You're going to be dealing with these for the next couple of years. But in this one, this is what the tarot reading was for. And I did all the signs except for the 3 signs. So for those 3 signs, I'll do now. This is a tarot spread that I made myself. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thanks for letting me know. Catherine, thanks for letting me know. Perfect. Okay. So what I was saying before is I'm going to start with Leo. I've got the 3 to do. I've got Leo, Libra, and Pisces. So I'm going to start with Leo. This is a tarot reading. I mean, this is a tarot card spread that I did myself. I usually go into meditation and then come out with a spread if I want, but that's kind of how I do it. So I apologize. I'm going to have to look this way because I write it down and then I forget it. I'm a medium, so I can't keep everything in my head. If I kept every conversation in my head, I wouldn't be able to leave the house. Okay, so sorry. All right, Pisces, let's do you next. Could you guys tap the screen. Let me know that you can still hear me. Tap that heart. Let me know that I'm still out here and that you can still communicate. I know once I start doing readings, everybody gets really quiet. But if you could tap the screen, that would help me out. Again, remember, YouTube does not know me anymore. And I have been having problems on my channel, so it really helps me out. Okay. All right, Pisces, here we go. Oh, I so want to do it this way, but y'all can't see me, but I want to shuffle this certain way, and I can't because these cards are so slippery. Okay, Pisces, in this lunar eclipse in Libra, with relationships, with relationships and or partnerships, where do you stand? You have the Six of Cups, so it looks like, Pisces, you're really delving into that South Node. Like, familiar people are coming back, familiar things are coming back. You're sort of sitting in that energy of, this feels good, this feels familiar. So you've got like people coming back around, you've got situations coming back around. I feel like you're dreamy and reminiscing about how to do those things. But because you're so powerful, Pisces, I feel like the outer part of your life is showing up that way because you're thinking about the situations, because you're thinking about the people, because you're reminiscing. I feel like you're bringing them about. They're coming back. So you will be working in this lunar eclipse through the South Node. I mean, that's the South Node. So I feel like you've got situations coming back around, and I feel like you've got people coming back around. And it's heavy for you. Like, you've actually manifested this stuff. I don't know if it's because, we'll see in this tarot reading, but I don't know if it's because you're going to close those out, or if it's because you're trying to bring those with you to the new space, which you can try. And if it's supposed to be, it'll be, but probably not. We'll see. Okay, so in this lunar eclipse, what is ready to be seen and come out of the shadows? What's ready to be mirrored to you, Pisces? What's ready to be seen so that you can move forward, so that you can release lifetimes of trauma, this baggage that you have, this wound that's going with Chiron. What is coming out of the shadows? So you have the Emperor. Very interesting. I feel like with this energy, I'm going to be really honest with you, Pisces. I hope I don't hurt your feelings. You're very powerful spiritually, energetically, in the spirit form. You're very powerful, and it shows up in the physical form because you're so powerful in the spiritual form. Does that make sense? Like, you can manifest like nobody's business. Like, you can manifest, you can bring people back, you can bring situations back, you can bring money in, you can do this. Now, it hasn't worked out a lot for you in the last year, and it's not going to. You have to work it a different way because of Saturn being in your sign. But this is where I hope I don't hurt your feelings. You are very powerful, and you don't see it as power. You use it to keep yourself safe, and oftentimes in a manipulative way. Does that make sense? Now, again, I'm not here to judge why you're being manipulative. Maybe that's the only way that you could be safe. Maybe you felt like you have to, like, save humanity, save people around you, save whatever. Whatever your past is, that's your past. Whatever way that you work things. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because your stance is that you do it out of survival instead of out of no, I'm just that powerful. Does that make sense? Like there's this manipulative, sneaky, lacking energy that you have with this instead of, no, I'm a powerful being and I am that evolved and I can do that and people can't hurt me. That's a different, those two are two different energies, right? I feel like you're doing the former. I feel like you're doing it in a way that because you're afraid, like consciously you may not be afraid, right? But subconsciously you're afraid. You want to keep yourself safe. And that's what I feel like you do it with. This is why I feel like this is going to come out of the shadows. You understanding your power, that you don't have to be afraid, that you don't have to manipulate people to get what you want, that you don't have to try to save the person next to you because that's the only way that you're going to stay safe. Because you don't have to lie to this person to make this person feel okay so that you look good and feel okay. Does that make sense? Like that's what's coming out of the shadows is all that manipulation. I know that you guys have had a hard time, especially October, November, kind of calm down. But this stuff is coming back around. And that's what I feel like the Six of Cups is like this stuff is coming back around. What's going to be opened up and seen is the I don't fault you for the way that you do it, but you're trying to understand a different way to do it. Okay. So that's why I'm saying, I hope you don't get upset at the fact that I'm saying that you can be manipulative. We can all be manipulative, right? But instead of doing it in a very sneaky way because you had to keep yourself safe, because, that's the only way that you can move around because you can feel everybody and everything. And so you gotta like maneuver things like you're working in that energy instead of like the energy of I am this and I don't need to lie to this person or try to get this person to do something or try to get this situation this way so that I can have what I want. Does that make sense? That's what's coming out of the shadows. Um, and then the third is what will be eclipsed. So what energy is going to be eclipsed over the next 4 to 6 months? What are you like what's going to be eclipsed? Gone. It's going to be gone. And you have the temperance. So I do feel like because you're so powerful, you are bringing this stuff back. And I feel like you're going to be kicking and screaming going to the new space. You have the temperance. So, oh gosh, Pisces. I'm feeling like there's going to be an upheaval. There's going to be an upheaval of your situations because there's things that need to be undone and you're going to be working through this over the next 2 years. I don't feel any finality. I don't feel like you're finished. I feel like you got I feel like you've got so many webs tangled. It's going to take some time to untangle them. So I feel like as much as I would like to be positive with this, I feel like your temperance, the way that everything is kind of smooth for you is not it's going to be eclipsed. You're going to have some upheavals. You're going to have some things like really look in your face and say no, you can't have that, you're doing this. Or this person is like, no, I can't help you out, this is going to like I feel like I don't know how else to say it. I feel like you're going to have upheaval. I feel like the temperance is not the energy that you're moving into. I feel like you are going to have the temperance that you're moving into eventually. I just don't feel like it's in this round of lunar eclipse. I feel like you're just starting. That's why you're bringing the people back. That's why you're bringing the situation back. And you're trying to learn part of you, because I don't know your whole lessons, but part of your growth and your learning is like, which leads me into the fourth card, is what opportunities and or growth are coming because of this eclipse. It's that you're trying to not coming from a place of, you're trying not to manifest from a space of fear or lack. You're trying to learn to keep a stance and manifest from a space of your true identity, which is always abundant, always enlightened, always like that's who you are in your true essence, right? But you have been operating from a space of lack. You have been operating from a space of manipulation. You have been operating from a very different space. Yeah. Okay. So the fourth card is what growth and or opportunities will come about because of this eclipse. You do have the Seven of Pentacles. So you are going to see some good space. You are going to manifest some good things. It's not like it's all going to be bad. I just feel like that part is like an upheaval. But you have the Seven of Pentacles. So this is stuff that you have worked on. And you're going to continue to work on it. And if you did it, let me just say this. This is what I'm hearing from a higher self. If you manifested from a space of your true identity, like I said, your true essence, instead of a space from a space of lack or a space of manipulation or a space of lies or a space of protection. If you manifest in those spaces, it's not going to stay. If you've manifested from your true essence, then you're going to see the growth of that. So for different people, it's for different Pisces, it's different things. Your career, if you manifested it, I want the new job, but you didn't do it out of lack. You did it because, oh, it's just time. This is what I want to do, or you didn't try to manipulate the situation, or, you didn't cause lies, right? I feel like that will be solid and it will grow. So in the next 4 to 6 months, you'll see evidence of that. So whatever your true essence of intentions were when you manifested, that's going to come through and you're going to see it solid and you're going to see that it grows and you're going to see that it goes well. So my advice to you is if you feel like you're going uphill with something, it was manifested in the not true essence of you. If you feel like all of a sudden things are opening up for you, that's the true essence of you, and you can move in that direction. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope that helps. You do have people coming back around, though, and situations coming back around. Okay. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm having a lot of fun. For those of you, I'm going to mention it today because I didn't mention it. Somebody asked me the question yesterday. If you want a reading with me, you are welcome to email me at yourpath39@gmail. I took my website down. It was too overwhelming for me. I don't want to do it that way right now. So it's me working out my whole thing. Okay. So, but I am going to do readings. So if you want a reading with me, if you want to look over your birth chart, if you want mediumship or tarot, hypnosis, I can't do unfortunately yet until I get my space, my house, which I'm working on this year. That's one of my goals is to get a house, right? So then I can do hypnosis again. And I don't like to do hypnosis via like Zoom or internet. I like for you to be, I like us to meet in person because I think you deserve that because it's an all day thing. I think that you deserve to give yourself that. So you need to meet me in person. So unfortunately, hypnosis I won't be doing right now. Hopefully at the end of the year I will be, but right now no. But I will do birth charts, transiting charts, mediumship especially, and I'm starting to channel again, sorry, mediumship and tarot reading and astrology. So I highly recommend it. I had a coffee chat a few years back. Amazing. I'll definitely be sending you an email. That's right, Catherine. I'm kind of glad too because I wanted to talk to you about that. coffee chat. That's funny because I just pulled that up the other day. That's interesting. Yeah. So if anybody's interested, you can email me at yourpath39 at gmail. A lot of you know that email. I've had that email forever. So that's like my signature email. Anyway, I love you, love you, love you. I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Bye.